Say good morning a lot louder than that. Much better. Are you guys having a good time so far?
Yeah.
Good. Thank you very much. We like this boat too. Does anybody know what a game warden is?
No.
Have you ever heard of a game warden? Well, obviously we're police officers, right?
Yeah.
We have a gun and a badge and blue lights, police lights. But these are our police cars. This is my police car, and this is my police car too. We are police officers that patrol or take care of people on the water and in the woods. And those types of police officers are called game wardens. Can you guys say game wardens?
Game wardens.
Very good. Game wardens are police officers in the woods and on the water.
I have to tell you something. I'm a cop too.
You're a cop too? Good. Well, all of you guys can be my helper today. Y'all want to do that? Good. All right. I am Warden James Keener, and this is Warden Will Smith. And we came to talk to you today about water safety. We even brought our boat with us. You guys want to learn some things about a boat?
Yeah.
Good. All right. Some of the things I'm going to talk to you about, I'm also going to want you to take home with you and talk to your parents about. Can you do that for me? Yeah. I want you to go home and tell your moms and your dads and your brothers and sisters and your grandmothers and grandfathers all about what you learned today, okay? All right, we're going to learn about safety on the water. And moms and dads, some of the information I'm going to give is coming directly to you as well. We're going to tell you about some state programs, tell you about some water statistics, and hopefully we can try to help keep these kids safe. Guys, we know that lots of people like to get around the water and have fun, right?
Yeah.
How many people like to swim?
Me.
Yeah, I like to swim too.
Me too.
How many people like to fish?
Me.
Yeah. How many people like to go out in a boat on the water?
Me.
Right. But did you know that worldwide, all over the world, for people under the age of 4, from 1 to 4, that drowning is the #1 cause of death? That's scary, isn't it? So if that's the #1 thing that's going to hurt us, you kids, then it's our job to try to keep you safe, right?
Yeah.
All right. If you can't swim, or if you even can swim, but if you're going to be around the water, the #1 thing that's going to keep you safe is
A boat.
not a boat, but something that you wear on a boat.
What
is that called? A life jacket. Can you guys say life jacket? A life jacket. We also call these things PFDs. Can you say PFD? PFD stands for Personal Flotation Device. Can you say personal? Flotation Device. All right. This is what you need to tell your parents about. If you're going to be near the water, all of you guys need to have a personal flotation device or a life jacket. And the very one thing that you need to do, your parents need to do, is if you look on the inside of this personal flotation device, it has a label that tells who it fits. It will tell you if it's your size or not. So when you go to get a life jacket, make sure that you and your parents check this label to make sure it fits you, okay? Alright, there's lots of different kinds of life jackets. There's kinds that you buckle, and there's other kinds that you zip and buckle. This is actually the one that I used to fish in. Alright? You buckle it and you zip it up.
It actually looks like it's down.
This is my work life jacket. That doesn't look much like a life jacket, does it?
No, it's a police thing.
This is a police life jacket. This is the one that Warden Smith and I wear every day. And it does something special. If I pull that cord right there, that yellow handle, everybody Everybody see that?
Yeah.
It blows up with air real quick, like a balloon. It looks like that right there.
Please see that?
Well, it costs a lot of money when that thing inflates, because it runs on a little cartridge that kind of explodes in there. Alright? But it fills it up with air and makes it float really good. Alright? These are the ones that we wear. And it does something also special. I don't even have to pull the cord. If I fall in the water accidentally, or get knocked in the water, or fall off my boat, there's a little capsule inside that dissolves in water. And it automatically will do that. So I don't even have to pull the cord. Alright? There are lots of different kinds of life jackets. And they all tell you what they're for.
I like that one the best.
There's types 1 through 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. This is called a type 4 PFD.
What?
That doesn't look like a life jacket, does it?
No.
Sometimes we see people try to wear this. Do you think that's going to help?
No.
No, that's not what that's for.
No.
That's not going to keep you safe.
We can lay on it.
On.
Listen.
If you have a life jacket on that's fastened around you, that means it won't come off. If you hit the water really hard, or if you're trying to swim, this thing will stay on you in the water. What this type 4 is for, if I try to throw this life jacket right here to somebody that's in distress, it's not going to go very far. It won't travel through the air very far. But if I take one of these handles and I sail that thing out through there, I can throw it a really long way to somebody. So if they're struggling to stay on top of the water, if they're having a hard time swimming, I can throw them that type 4. Alright? That's called a throwable device.
Then you can paddle with your feet.
Alright. Life jackets are the most important things that you can have with you on the water, because they're almost the only thing that we have to keep you safe. Like,
I have a unicorn like.
what do you wear in your car to keep you safe when you're driving on the road?
A life jacket.
Not a life jacket in your car. A seatbelt buckle, right? Seatbelt. Do boats have seatbelts? Do boats have brakes like cars do? No brakes. No brakes, no seatbelts. One thing that we've got though is that life jacket, right? Alright. Now, there's some dangerous parts of this boat that you need to remember to stay away from, okay? You guys ready to listen? Alright. Lots of danger areas around this boat. And these are the areas that we're going to tell you to stay away from, because they're more likely to hurt you than any other area. You see that big thing on the back of this boat? What is that thing? That's the engine. Very good. That's what pushes the boat through the water.
And you shouldn't touch it.
No. Most engines on boats have what's called a propeller. Can you say propeller? It's a big fan blade that spins. Well, if that thing's spinning, if you're in the water, if you get near that thing, it's going to cut you up. Okay? It's just like a knife. So stay away from the propeller. Now, our boat is special. Trim that thing up for us, Gordon Smith. All right, that's good. Go back there and point to where that propeller should be. On most boats, again, there's a big fan blade called a propeller that sits right back in the back. This boat doesn't have a propeller, does it? This boat's a special boat called a jet boat. It doesn't have a propeller, it has an impeller.
Listen.
It has that propeller on the inside, and what it does is it sucks water in, spins it through that fan on the inside, and shoots it out the back really fast. And because it doesn't have that propeller, we can take this boat in about 3 or 4 inches of water. Like that small of water. Like a creek or a very shallow lake. Even if there's a lot of water out here in the grass, we could probably, if this boat will float, we can drive this boat. And we don't have to worry about hitting anything with that propeller.